What's up, everybody? It's your boy TGK here with another unboxing. I got two fragrances in here. You've probably seen it on the thumbnail. We're gonna get my first impressions. Let's go ahead. Let's open this box. Before we open, I do want to touch on the previous fragrance video I made on Club de Nuit Sillage. I wore it today, officially, like wore it. And I'm not kidding. I put this on at 7 a.m. and at 1:50 p.m. I was getting compliments talking about, oh my God, I could smell it. Even when you left, it was still there. And I only put on 5 sprays, forearms and back of the neck. That was it. But they didn't say like, oh, it was crazy. Go ahead and get you Sillage. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. So today we got fragrances that I've been wanting to get for a while. So let's go ahead and let's open this cool little box. Let's see how this opens. Tear from, all right, I got about that much. There's a whole little seal up here. Okay. So y'all can see it. Okay. Dang. Okay. Bro, these are some huge boxes, man. Look at this. Look at this. I don't know if y'all could see it properly without the glare. So what we got here is we got Lattafa Khamrah, which is a clone of Killian's Angel Share. And I've heard a lot of hype about this. I've never ever smelled the fragrance or the DNA, but I've heard through Jen Sense that this is a 1-to-1. Almost a 1-to-1. Like it's if you're gonna get it, this is the preferred one to get. And then Just Jack Noir Endurance. This one I ended up going to a fragrance area in a store, and I was able to smell the Tom Ford Noir Extreme, and I was like, I need to find me a clone because Tom's rough out here, you know what I'm saying? And wanted to give me my own fragrance, and I ended up seeing that Just Jack has his own thing that copies or clones Tom Ford Noir Extreme. So these are the two fragrances that we are going to get into today. We got my testing strips over here. So let's go ahead and unbox these little boxes and get to smelling these fragrances. All right, so what do we want to start with? What do we want to start with, man? Let's start with Noir, and then we go to Lattafa, because this is the one, son. All right. Okay, so this is a little slide out packaging. Okay. And this is how it looks right out the box. Besides hearing that playing in the background, hopefully it looks pretty cool here. So it definitely looks a little similar to Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. You know, let's invert it to make sure it's not playing. I don't know if that's a thing. All right, so this is a 100 milliliter bottle here. I am not trying to waste no time. Oh, this is a little cheap, but are we really buying bottles for how the cap comes off? I'm not. Whenever I did smell the Noir Extreme in the mall, I was extremely impressed. I kind of have a thing for fragrances that are like super mysterious and coffee-ish, and this was it. Now, atomizer really didn't spray too much, but we're gonna make it do what it do. Here we go. Smell test for Noir Endurance. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's like, that is crazy. It's like I'm smelling Tom Ford Noir Extreme to the T. Now, as far as like the note breakdown, again, I am not there yet on being able to tell the differences in the notes. I just know that this is a very unique fragrance to me. Like, one thing I wanted to add about Sillage, I know it's completely different off topic, but because I smelled it when it dried down, but it reminded me of colloidal silver. I don't know if y'all get that reference when it comes to Sillage, but for this, man, it's like a sweet spiciness to it. You definitely get a certain type of like coffee tinge to it. This is like very, I wouldn't even say classy, but like, you know, you gotta wear like a blazer with this. Like, you're going out for a good night, you know, like, I can see myself rocking this for a day, but honestly, I rock fragrances, whatever. I don't even really be thinking about where I'm gonna rock a fragrance. I'm gonna just rock it. This one is just like pleasant, man. I don't see how this could offend people. Like, it is really, really nice. Let me get back to y'all on how I think this smells. I'm gonna put Noir Extreme on my right hand, and we'll put Lattafa on the other hand. That way I can get a vibe for how it smells on the hand. But man, I'm so impressed. This really gives me the vibe of how I smelled Noir Extreme. Super happy about this. All right, so spraying it on the arm, I could pick up the alcohol in it. So I'm guessing it needs to dry down a little bit. Let's go ahead and let's get into Lattafa Khamrah. This again is the quote unquote clone of Kilian's Angel Share. Heard a lot of hype about it. I heard how boozy this fragrance is. Look at that. Wow. Heard a lot of hype about this fragrance. It felt like hell just to get this fragrance available on Fragrance Buy, but I was able to finally get it. And man, it looks really, really dope. Presentation, 10 out of 10. How can you hate on that? It's Eau de Parfum, 100 milliliter. I heard this is a twist. Okay. All right. I've never smelt this DNA before. Ever. I can't even find Kilian's Share anywhere in any mall. So it's gonna be the first time I smelt this fragrance. That's pretty good itemizing comparison to that one. So for the very first time, I'm about to smell what this is. I've never smelled it before. And it's definitely a unique smell. I can see it going both ways. It's definitely unisex. I'm saying definitely a lot, bro. Like, I can see women rocking this for sure. Definitely thinks it leans a little male. This is a nice fragrance. Let's go ahead and add it to the skin here. I could pick up like an apple scent to this, like a super sweet apple. Let it dry down a little bit, but man, whoever these guys are cloning these fragrances, they are killing it. Like, for real. To be able to purchase a bottle like this for 30-ish bucks, to get this one for like $25-ish, for them to resemble the actual fragrances that I didn't know much about this one, but I knew much about this one. For them to resemble the fragrances to the T like this is next level stuff, man. This one for sure is something I have not smelled before. It's definitely sweet. I'm trying to understand what they mean by boozy. They said this has a booze to it. I can't tell you what the hell booze is when it comes to that, but I guess they're talking about alcohol. I don't know, but Again, when it comes to notes, I can't tell you what notes I'm smelling. I pick up apple. I pick up like if it was put into some like cognac, warm cognac, or some warm liquor, and some apple, some cinnamon. I could get some cinnamon, some vanilla. I'm getting some of it, but I can't tell you what the hell's in here, man. My nose cannot read notes, but I think I did a pretty good job with that. All right, so now we got these sprayed onto my actual skin. I'm gonna go ahead and let my skin dry for the next 2 hours and see how it smells to my experience. But like right off the top, if you wanted to get these, you won't be disappointed. These are extremely, extremely nice fragrances. I'm definitely happy with it. I could only imagine how it is going to perform once it dries on the skin, but I have high hopes for it. So we'll see in 2 hours and see what it smells like. But the hype was legit for this one. I never smelled this fragrance or this DNA, and it was really legit. And this one, I'm glad. I'm so happy that it resembles Tom Ford Noir Extreme for sure. Anyway, guys, be back in 2 hours. All right, so it has been 2 hours since I have sprayed them on my hand. We had Noir Endurance by Just Jack, and we had the Khamrah by Lattafa on the left hand. So right, left. I've been making dinner, I've been doing things around the apartment, and they've been projecting like a mug the entire time. Complete difference versus how Sillage performed in those 2 hours. However, again, like you saw in the beginning of the video, this one lasted. So, again, it's a little premature to assume that these are gonna last a long time, but through other reviews, I saw that they did. And now through my own personal experience, I feel that they would. So let's go ahead and let's smell the right hand for Just Jack Noir Endurance. It's still there, still projecting. Unfortunately, not that I don't like the fragrance, it just reminds me of a certain someone when I was a kid. My this family member, she had this tinge of this fragrance, and so that I could catch that little tinge. It reminds me of this person, and either this person smelled really good and they just knew what kind of fragrance they had back in the day, or they just got lucky. But there's like a little tinge in there of that, whatever that smell was. But on paper, it smells a lot better than how it does on my skin, to be completely honest with you. On paper, this smells quite amazing. As far as I mean, I like the way it smells on my skin. It does have a nice little powdery sense to it. Very powdery on skin. On paper, definitely different. However, I still do enjoy it. I am going to try it for a full day and see how it actually performs. The Just Jack Noir Endurance is a good cop. I would cop it, especially when it's like 25 bucks or under. Like, go ahead, knock yourself out. Even if it bombs,
it still was only 25 bucks.
Now let's go to Khamrah, the left hand. This one's the one I've been projecting, like even more than this one. And now, on paper, I could catch the I don't know whether it's a whiskey or a cognac note. I catch that. I catch like a super sweet, sugary apple and cinnamon. I catch cinnamon now for sure. And I guess I know what that booziness is, because on my hand there's like this, not a powdery, but more like a musky cinnamon liqueur vibe to it. Versus on paper, it's just in your face. It's just straight to it. So I would definitely say that both of these fragrances are going to be completely different from how they smell on paper to how they smell on skin. However, the actual like outcomes of that, I enjoy that. I enjoyed it. Like, they're not too far different now. I wish it smelled like on paper, which I think a lot of the fragrances you're going to run into that is going to smell completely different on paper than they do on skin. But as far as the performance and how they've been projected on my skin for the last 2 hours, it's been nothing short of really, really good. So that is definitely how I am viewing these fragrances. I look forward to trying them out. and I'm gonna try them out regardless of the type of day that it is. I'm gonna try it out and see how they go. But yeah, guys, that is my initial reaction and unboxing and post 2-hour review of these two fragrances. I will be having Fakar Black coming in, I believe, so I'll do a review of that. I have smelled Y by YSL before, so I want to see if there's any similarities or if it's straight up like clone of that. But yeah, man, I definitely recommend you get this fragrance if you can. It's really different, and with the cold weather coming up, we still got about another month and a half, 2 months of it. This will do you right. And as far as this one is concerned, like, to me, this one is just like, I'm gonna have to see what kind of like situation I'd have to rock this in. It'd have to be like a closed event, like all black tie, black, dress shoes, all that. I'd have to try this out for sure. But I think I honestly want to get the ombre leather version of Just Jack. I mean, of Tom Ford. Eventually, I want to get the real deal stuff. I want to try some niche stuff. I want to try some real stuff. I do have real stuff, but I just been going around copping clones just because I've been super intrigued on how they actually perform and if they're actually legit. And I have been pleasantly surprised by how they perform. Anyway, guys, been your boy TGK. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Leave any comments below on what you want me to try next. Any ideas you got for me from a fragrance perspective, drop them in the comments below. You'll see the links to all these 3 fragrances in there as well. It's been your boy TGK. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.